Serious problems at ER departments and hospitals all over the United States. Reports on that. We have a viewer from this channel that spoke with an Army War College lecturer who was teaching on nuclear war. He has some things that he'd like to say about what's going on right now. Dog food issues worsen across the United States, and med shortages apparently are much worse up in Canada than here in the United States. And we have other reports from you guys from all over. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade. And these are your reports coming in from the UK, Great Britain, as well as Canada and the United States, this report. And we get some folks from Australia checking in whenever their sensors allow them. If you're from Australia, let us know. We love hearing from you guys as well, and South Africa, of course. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. If you have retirement accounts that you want to get into something more solid like stocks and bonds, out of stocks and bonds, right? Saw them come crashing down yesterday. We have gold, silver, and platinum coins that you can get into with your retirement accounts. Jonathan and his team would love to talk to you about what options you have with that. There'll be a link at the end of the video. Karen says, I heard today of reports of friends who had to wait months for appointments for even cancer and oncology appointments. I have a friend we are praying for, was told 2 months before surgery to remove a fast-growing cancer that gets worse even day by day. But we are praying that this will turn around by the grace of God. Friends and myself waiting all night in ER departments in the halls to be seen just to be treated. My friend's dad was left all day and night, hours without food because he has dementia and did not order his food. Other friend could not get anyone in the ER to help her up to use the bathroom. She has mobility issues. Other friend has a daughter who is an ER nurse in New York City. He says he said she told him that the system is totally overburdened. She has huge amount of stress, as you can imagine, in the job. This is from Amy. So we're hearing about that. Karen has friends and people in all sorts of areas, multiple of her relations in ER jobs. So very insightful to hear what's happening across the Northeast there. Amy says, Western Kentucky. Our Walmart has signs up, and they were in frames, did not look temporary, at checkout saying, only checks and cards, no cash. You have to go to the express lane for cash transactions. And we're hearing this kind of going back and forth, right? You know, some places are like only cash, and some places are like no cash at all, or very difficult to use cash. We're hearing it going back and forth. All I can say is have both, right? Have cash on hand. Don't not have cash. I know if you're anything like me, the card is just so convenient, but you got to make sure that you have cash at home and some cash in the wallet, right? Robin says, in Southeast Kentucky, went to buy a 50-pound bag of dog food at Tractor Supply, and they were out. Said they only get a little in, and when they do, it sells out fast. I have 3 big dogs now that I have to find food for. I am making homemade dog food right now. With all these companies, what they're putting in those dog foods and pet foods and everything like that, you got to be wondering, right? Homemade might actually be the best route right now, and unless you can find a good brand that you trust. All right, so keep the following anonymous. I live in Carlisle, PA, which is where the Army War College is. Near Harrisburg, but I often visit Central PA, where my family is. Today I ran into an old-timer who has been called up to teach a class at the War College in Carlisle that hasn't been taught since the 1960s. What is that topic? Surviving nuclear war. That's kind of an interesting topic that they suddenly started teaching again. In the course of our conversations, he mentioned that he had been to Camp David. I peppered him with questions. The ones he wouldn't answer were the most telling. I asked him if we're in a safe zone in central Pennsylvania, far enough from major metropolitan areas not to be affected in an attack. I told him that I knew Carlisle was on the edge of the danger zone for D.C. and within the danger zone for Camp David. He did not confirm that the central Pennsylvania zone was completely safe, and his facial expressions and refusal to answer the question conveyed the opposite. Honestly, the Army War College there is a military target. And in addition to that, they also have a major warehousing stockpile in Harrisburg for, I believe, the Navy. They have like massive warehouses there for the Navy. So they store a lot of stuff there. So it might actually be a military target. I asked him how close to nuclear war we were, and he wouldn't answer. I told him about getting most of my news from prepper channels like yours, Canadian Prepper, and New York Prepper, and he said that he said that was the sanest thing that you could do because the mainstream media won't give you the real news. He confirmed that former military and prepper channels are usually dead on the money. Take that for what it's worth, friends, but a lecturer at the Army War College saying, watch the prepper channels, watch news channels like this because we are oftentimes more accurate than the mainstream media when it comes to what's going on out there. Short Bus says, Pinellas County, Florida. Probably butchered it, I'm sorry. Only made it to Aldi's yesterday. No broth of any kind. Plenty of bouillon cubes, though. No ground beef. Plenty of chicken, oddly enough. Plenty of chicken, but not much beef. Yeah, we're hearing that. The beef price is about to really take off. Produce looked great. Plenty of dairy. They had my applesauce, but they're not stocking it like they used to. So they had a little bit of applesauce. They also had Aldi brand corned beef hash. Someone needs to let me know if that corned beef hash tastes like the old Aldi corned beef hash or if it tastes like the Walmart cardboard. Ugh. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Rick says shortages of over 1,800 medications are driving Canadians into the United States to seek the missing medications that are on the drug shortage list in Canada. They have to travel across the U.S. border to access their essential drugs now. That was actually linked to an article, and that was what I was reading to you. So thank you for that tip. I hadn't heard about the drug shortages up in Canada quite as much as the United States, but the fact that they're coming here where we have shortages should tell you how bad it is up there. So apparently socialized medicine isn't working so great up there. Just file that one away, folks. This is a viewer in southwest Tennessee, north of Memphis, at the Walmart. Almost everything has had price increases of $1 or more. Frozen pizzas and numerous other products. No great value bread. We'll do a better inventory and report again soon. If you have an update that you'd like to share with us, please just comment on any one of the videos on this channel and use the word update somewhere in your comment and give us some sort of geographical location to let us know. Let us know what you're seeing, what you're hearing. If you have any really interesting conversations with people who know stuff, let us know about that. If you need to stay a little more anonymous, you can email me directly at poplarpreparedness@gmail.com. And you can always check for news over at thepoplarreport.com is our website. It's going to gain some new functions in a short bit when I finally get time to write some articles over there and get the new website up. But right now it's still posting links to articles. Also our Twitter account. If you look for the Poplar Report on Twitter, that is my primary backup to videos here. If I get booted off YouTube, I'll probably start posting everywhere, but I think Twitter is probably the best place. So I'm trying to build a platform there. So if you haven't already subscribed or followed over on Twitter, you might want to check that out if you're on that platform. John says, price of cakes are exploding here in Britain. £3 for... that's the money, right? £3 for 6 little apple pies when they were 75 pence a few years ago. I just Googled it. So there's 100 pence in a pound. So it's like 75 cents against their £3. So that is 400% inflation in just a few years. You know, it's 3% if you use Common Core math, or 400% if you use real math. This is a viewer from East Central Indiana at Aldi. No diapers of any size, been that way for weeks. Changed their egg supplier, no pork breakfast sausage, and it also increased in price. No tomato paste or tomato sauce. Let me know if you guys are seeing any issues with tomatoes out there, canned tomatoes. We shouldn't be having a problem with that, but then again, it's been a weird year. Very low with fresh chicken, and one whole side of the freezer was empty. Typically seafood. Had 6 reduced price smoked hams. The store has had a few spots in the past, but the empty spots were the worst I've seen. Velma says, my local Ingalls in West Georgia has completely removed the Smithfield hams from its cases. No more Chinese hams in West Georgia, apparently. Heather in Holy Toledo, Ohio, says, Toledo, Ohio, had to add that. I work for a Tier 1 supplier for Ford. We are hearing of big layoffs about to happen in our plant due to Ford canceling most shipments. They're not able to sell cars right now, friends, and that's going to impact the economy big. Boeing not being able to make airplanes that fly without losing things in midair, and which is, I believe it's about 2% of the economy is Boeing and its suppliers and everything like that. So you lose 2% GDP if Boeing were to shut down overnight. Ford is a major, because once again, it's the big factory itself, but then all of the factories that supply parts to the factory. So the fact that Ford is slowing down production is very, very bad news out there. All the car companies, I think, are going to be doing this shortly because we're hearing about the terms. If you're loaning money to people at 20% interest to buy a car, how many people can really afford a car anymore? People are not going to be buying new cars, and that means that they're loading up on inventory right now, but soon they're going to have to start slashing production. This is from Jeremy in Des Moines, Iowa. Taco Bell has increased the price of their least expensive combo, the Craving Box, from $5.50 to $10.98. That's Taco Bell. That's right. And I mean, we're not even talking about beef there, right? Kathy in Northwoods, Wisconsin says, many people are looking for basic food items. Celery, lettuce, tomato, and onions are to come by. Eggs and dairy are limited. I imagine they meant hard to come by. Toothpaste and some laundry detergent is less stocked. Not a lot of beef broth or chicken broth. So if you're needing broth, you can find it, get stocked up. We are trying to find more beans. Walmart had very little beans of any kind. Did find canned, but less varieties. People are waking up here, and it's no surprise. When the people start feeling the pinch, they try to catch up on food and products they need. It's been really busy here. People are going into overdrive now. Hope they get what they need. All right, friends, thanks for your reports. Please do keep them coming. If you want to get some more information about Genesis Gold and what you can do with your retirement accounts, there's a link right here. If you want to check out another video from the channel, there's one right up here. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.